No, we're not going back to Tony Roma's. Just because, you know, there's a limit to how much meat anyone should eat. Or chicken. But we are in the Rotunda in Kingston. With the plan of going to see a film. How much more branding can I get in? Yeah, there's some more advertising. Frankie and Benny's, anyone? It's just all food. I'm surrounded by food.
Welcome to another episode of Toby's Stupid Vlog.
They've got one of their shorter gardens, I guess, because they've got this back straight onto that. So we're continuing our open gardens tour. There's 2 different groups, 3 on one side and 4 on the other. You get to see bits of Kew that you never usually see. There's some good rhubarb-like things. You get to know other people's gardens. I like this path. Oh wow. Ah yes, I think that is what we were looking at yesterday from the other side.
Can't see into it, which is, I think.
So this is a very strange layout of garden. It's a T shape. We're in the T at the end, and then there's a long strip down the middle. But as you can see, there's tea and cake going around as well. And these seem to be old sleepers from the district line, I would imagine. And they've built themselves a little flat down the end. So these are the other open gardens. We've just come in the back there, past a bonfire and little wild parts, and then you're coming through. This is just one garden, incidentally. You come through here. They're very long, thin gardens. Quite beautifully laid out because they're not in straight lines. So your eye line is broken up with different bits. There's 2 more in that direction. And there's 2 more in that direction, so this is the next one along. We've just come down again on a long winding path, the greenery.
That's rosemary.
Wander back through.
Yeah. Well, you can park along the main road
In the last garden along. Again, beautiful long winding path. So there's a lot of growers at the moment who are, I'm going to be nice and say semi-professional. They're quite amateurish, to be honest. But that's the least of the issues. The biggest issue is they're making a lot of noise whilst going up and down, and also they're all dressed as complete idiots, as you'll notice. So yes, they're dressed as babies, and who knows what this lot are dressed as. This is what you call a sea of colour. Look at that. We've just come from the rhododendron dell. I wanted to come and finish off the film on the camera, having been around the gardens and whatnot, and here last week and week before maybe. Anyway, turns out I hadn't fed the film into the camera properly, so technically I haven't taken any photos. Anyway, that's now been rectified, which is a bit of a relief, and then I will be able to actually get developed. Some nice bluebells here, which is where I'm going, under this little tree, as you can see. Okay, so this is most likely part of the Incredibles, not the cartoon movie, but as in Incra followed by Edibles exhibition. And the water looks to have gone turquoise. We can't work out if that's deliberate, accidental, or a feature, and if so, what's happened to all of the fish that live in there. We are currently installing our Summerfest. Oh my god. That's what I was hoping they would do. Amazing. Finally we get to... In years gone by, as in the late 1800s, this was always a boating lake. That's what it was set up for, and if you look at any old paintings or photos of this lake, you'll see there's people rowing on it. But no time in the last 30 years in living memory have I ever seen there to be any opportunity to go rowing on it. Until now. We're coming back and we're going rowing on this lake. And it's going to be awesome. On the turquoise lake. I think he's following us. I think ice cream men are like the modern day version of like the Pied Piper.
Oh my god.
They've never actually come down here before. It's a clever idea. Let's see if he gets any business. We've already had one ice cream today.
I want another one.
Looking for children.
It's probably a bit late. They've probably all had their dinner in bed.
Yeah. Don't know where he's from. I don't recognise that one.
Maybe he's just left one of the parks on his way home.
He thought, here's a good place. How long do you wait for kids to turn up?
He has to wait for them to come down the stairs of the flat.
I'd put the music back on if I were you, mate.
Oh, no takers. This is actually amazing.
It's amazing, but it's also amazing that there's considering how many children live here, that none of them are actually going out. But he has left it a little bit late. There's one cat. No,
it's also a very odd ice cream man theme.
Yeah, it's a little bit eerie. It's Monday, and it feels like Monday, as in nothing is working. I'm unbelievably busy, and Adrian's ill today. And it's just that feeling where you think, God, wouldn't it be really nice if I left? Luckily, anyway, knowing my luck, what will probably happen is right now someone will win Who's on Heart whilst I'm at the office and there's no one else there as well. I'm sure it'll work fine regardless of whether I'm there or not. It's just, just to add to another layer of complexity when I'm supposed to be eating and filming later. Anywho, after today, there's only 2 Mondays left at Global, shy of them finding a budget that's truly unimaginable. So, chin up. Hello. Excuse me, gotta get my keys. There we go. Outdoors. Lovely fresh air of Kew. It's actually quite pleasant this evening for the first time this week. It's been sort of grey and miserable. I mean, this week, it's Tuesday. But, it seems like a long time since I saw the sun, because the weekend was a bit... Anyway. So, we're making lasagna. And that means I need to buy some ingredients, because otherwise it will basically just be meat. Which is, a bit odd. Just meat in a bowl. So, yeah, got to buy a few things from M&S. Welcome to the lift. Now let me show you who are the laziest floor in this building. They're the people who use the lift the most, which is, let's have a look. That's right, the third floor. Look, there's nothing left on there. Laziest floor, capital. Definitely, says the man in the lift. Go to the fourth floor. Good morning. Excuse the plane. Oh, I'm awake. I'm going to walk along the Thames path, which I did this time last week with a camera and everything, you might remember, and then of course found out that I hadn't fed the film in properly. Anyway, I'm not quite awake yet, so I'll come back to you when I am. You can see that anchor there, washed up with a big chain. It does beg the question where the boat it's supposed to be attached to is, but I'm guessing not here. It's very low tide. In fact, I could have walked all the way from Mortlake Bridge down to here so far. If there's another place to come up, there's only a few. You see, there's a couple of little inlets, and then there's a couple of little steps. I didn't really know where the last one was, so didn't risk it. It's very low indeed. These are some self-sown pansies. I did take a photo of these last time, although, you know, no film on that. Quite impressive all along here. Very nice. Nice touch. I can only imagine they've come off window boxes and the like in the past. Oh, come on, sunshine. It's the whole reason I went for a walk today. It's not very convincing, this sun, is it? So this is Barnes Beach. I mean, it's a beach on a river, but you know, it's a beach. It's obviously quite stony and not the most comfortable thing to walk on, but you know, it's more interesting than walking on the pavement there, which I've done before. And it's quite a big beach when the tide's this low. Huge, in fact. It'd be lovely if the sun was out. Really nice, but it's not. In fact, it's quite odd when you think about it, because I'm essentially walking along the riverbed. Yes, I'm walking along the riverbed of the Thames, and it makes this strange noise, as you can probably hear, of like gravel in a saucepan, like that metally sound. It's very odd, and it's slightly soft, although the stone's obviously hard. They've got a bit of give. It's a bit peculiar, to be honest. It was an interesting experiment. I'm not sure I'll do it again. But I've done it, you know. Tick it off the list of stupid ideas. Achieved. This is the Leg of Mutton Nature Reserve. So called for its shape. Look at the wonderful trees behind me. And there's a big, well, that's what it is. It's a big lake, so hang on. You'll see it in a mo. Bear with me. There you go. So it's a nature reserve. It's lovely. It's very peaceful. It's under a flight path. Everything around here it is. Now I did say that when I finally left work, I was going to try and go for a walk on any day that I could in the morning, because it's very peaceful and it kind of settles your mind. But I need you to hold me to that, because you'll see these and be like, well, he hasn't been on a walk. He hasn't been on a walk for days. He's just been sitting at home moaning. So, you know, that's what the comment section's for. If I start bitching, just put in go for a walk. Go for a walk. That should do. That should motivate me. Because once you're out, you're very glad you're out. That's about as much bubble wrap as any man needs. I'll make this quick because of the copyright infringement. Yeah, it's Friday night, it's 7:15 and I'm still here, because Who's on Heart has just been won. The answer, in case you're wondering, you probably weren't, was Belinda Carlisle. And yeah, so that screwed my afternoon, and I'm now loading loads of production. So anyway, we'll wrap it up there. Hopefully the next vlog will start with much more interesting stuff.